Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on none other than Project Sidewinder. Yes, Project Sidewinder. And hopefully if things go according to plan, this will be the last day we're going to be working on Project Sidewinder. So, what happened in the meantime? What was the 411, you could say? Nothing much changed. I mostly just kind of cleaned some things up here, made things a little bit clearer, not much. And also gave Jonas his ride, which was an ST-24 Jinx. Why? Because that's who Jonas is. He would buy one of those shitholes. Also kind of clarified what it means to, like, hey, you're considered to have 2 shots of missiles if you choose to have an air-to-air, but if you also have an air-to-ground hardpoint, you can only have a single shot. And what I should do, I'm gonna put in a side rule right here. I'm gonna put the optional rule dramatic bullshit. Actually, no, we're going to call this the optional rule. We'll call it the macross spam. And the macross spam rule. And the macross spam rule allows the pilot to select a to a hardpoint. Select an A2A hardpoint and have, quote, infinite ammunition with it. The catch is that each attack can each, quote, A to A hardpoint can only each hardpoint can only be fired once per round. Yeah, once per round. And needs to be once per round. So nothing much changes. Only that nothing much changes. Only that the pilot now doesn't need to count their shots. However, when used at the end of the mission, they will still be, quote, consumed. This is entirely for I want to have 500 missiles so I can shoot my enemy down. That is literally what that is. That's the macross rule. Why? Because I like it. Oh yeah, before I forget, I would also like to thank Caricatroy for following. Welcome aboard. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You know how it goes. So, let me that a little bit right there, just a little bit. If I'm cutting out a little bit, it's because of noise gate filtering. Make sure that you don't hit clickety-clack noises all the time. That's literally the only reason now. Why? Okay. No. Don't look at images. Busy notepad day. So yeah, no, today's the main thing for today is that I want to try to finish things up. And by finishing things up, we scroll all the way up here. And this is really all we need to do. Actually, I should say ace advancement and critical maneuvers. There we go. Critical maneuvers. These are the big things. Pretty much it's advancement and mercenary contract. Those are really the only two things that really need to be worked on. Everything else is kind of just done or not really that super uber important. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. We scroll all the way down here. What we can do is we're going to call this the... Actually, what's what'll be a good time? Actually, pilot terms. Fighter pilot terms. Not bingo, angels, vent. Delta, buster, bug, frag, grape. There we go. From grapes to ace. From grapes to aces. Advancement. So. Grapes to aces. It's a little quiet, apologies. Luckily, the way I have my setup now, my new microphone, is that when I hit my desk, it doesn't actually vibrate as much. I'm hoping that that actually fixes some things, so it comes in a little bit clearer. Because if I adjust where I'm sitting, I sound very different. So that's the kind of the I guess that's the trade-off when it comes to having a new mic. You gotta learn it. So let's see, grapes. Pilots are not stagnant. Actually, one word. Pilots are not stagnant. They will grow alongside their company. They'll grow alongside their company in both wealth and prestige, allowing them to perform better and better. When starting out, pilots are how do I want to word this? Are considered. Let's see. Pilots are considered to be the quotes. We'll say quote. Top already actually. Pilots are already. Let's see. Already considered to be pretty good. Actually, to be. Want to do. How do we want to word this? We want to be. It's pretty much above competent. Like you're already good. Like you already are like. Good synonym. Like what would be a good synonym? Up to scratch, superior. Yeah, well, already considered to be superior quality. Want to be superior quality to most to most flyboys out there. However, fighting their way to the top, will involve trying to beat out the aces of aces and the best of the best. We're trying to beat out the best of the best, aces of aces. I'm going to do. Technically, I have two ways of doing this. What we're going to call this is going to be. There are two ways to quote level up in Project Sidewinder. Sidewinder and mission control. That's right. Mission control should designate which one is being used before the campaign formally begins. Because the two I'm breaking it down to two methods just because you can have certain campaigns where it's like just a single quote military campaign, or you can have them being like you're always kind of going back and forth, you're always kind of moving between. I can probably throw in a third one as well. That wouldn't actually be too remiss, actually. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw in a third one. So there are 3 ways to level up in Project Sidewinder. Mission control designate which one is being used before the campaign form begins. So what we do is we select that. Here, grips, aces. And you. Advancement method. Detail, and then we go to detail. So our basic advancement method is going to be missioned. It's going to be missions. Going to be mission. Our second one is going to be ace, and then we're going to have mercenary. So mission, ace, mercenary. So the first one is mission. Mission. The pilots will gain advancements when they complete a full mission. Actually, we'll gain 1 to 2 advancements when they complete a full mission. This is a slow burn method. This is a slow burn method, emphasizing the pilots. How do I want to word this? actually the pilot and company's teamwork, and teamwork. So yeah. Pretty much the idea behind mission advancement is you have to complete a mission. You deploy, you fight, you're going to, you come back home, you're going to get something. That's kind of the big idea. The fact that you have completed a mission, the fact that you have gone on a mission is enough to say that you have gained advancement. You gain something. This is pretty much what I would say is like the basic version. You really want to be kind of basic about it. So, the pilots will gain one advancement. One advancement from shooting down pilots, other pilots of an equal caliber as them. So pretty much, this is the combat version. You know, this is far more violent and daring with constant escalation. And the mercenaries, the pilots will be able to buy one advancement $10 or $10. This is perfect for the globe-trotting mercenary adventure. Mercenary adventures without while still maintaining a sense of action. So pretty much, this one's the most consistent one, and the idea is that you're kind of slowly burning in there. You always know you're going to get one or two. You're always going to get one advancement or two advancement. And that's kind of it. Ace pilots, the ace method is you're going to shoot down people. You need to be aggressive. The more aggressive you are, the better you're going to end up being. You are going to be able to get more advancements if you are someone who is able to shoot and kill things. So kind of the missions you go on are a little bit different. You know, your kind of focus is more, we want to get stuck into those combat missions. We want to get kind of emphasize more of the very dramatic more of those dramatic dogfights in the air, while being very risky to yourself. Because again, they have to be kind of equal to you in one way, and the more advancements you get, well, the harder they're going to get. And they're probably going to kill you. But that's half the fun. Ace of Aces. The mercenary method is very simple. It's pretty much just buying it. So they're going to be, the goal there would be have the players be inadvertently kind of drawn to being more dangerous missions, more dangerous campaigns, and having a little bit less, I would say, interest in their own health, you could say. It's kind of the idea of being like, since we're being paid to be a mercenary company, I'm being paid to be here. That means like the mercenary mode, when it comes down to payroll, is going to be pretty valuable because you can, anytime you complete something, you're always going to get paid. So it kind of, depending on how your company is set up, you can kind of emphasize different ones of these. And I would recommend only one. Again, personally, go with mission or mercenary first. Ace is for a very particular kind of campaign. And that very particular kind of campaign is very violent. And some people are going to really like that, and other people aren't. So pilots will acquire advancements, which are a currency like everything else, but can only be spent on the pilot, on improving the pilot. So let's move up. So we want to... okay, so here's all our things. So, let's see. It can only be spent on improving the pilot. Advancements can be spent when at base or during downtime. Or during downtime between campaigns slash missions. Can be spent during downtime between campaigns or missions, allowing the pilots to internalize their new knowledge, or simply understand a change in personality, a change in character. And so what are we going to be able to spend it on? Well, first things first is we want to do pilot talents. Pilot talent is going to be advancement equal to pretty much next rank. So for example, if I have brains 2 to get the brains 3, I need to spend 3 advancement. Pretty simple. And in terms of gameplay-wise, I'm spending 3 missions to get brains 3. I'm spending $30 to get skill rank 3. Kind of that idea. These are a little bit harder, but these are also kind of fundamental. That's one of the big things. Pilot talent equal advancements equal rank. Let's see, pilot skills. Pretty much is just going to be 1 advancement. That's pretty much all it's going to be. You can just get skills pretty damn easily. It's just, do you have it? Let's do signature maneuver, which is going to be 2. It's going to be current number plus 1 advancement. So let's say so by default, your second signature maneuver is going to cost you 2 advancement. Your third signature maneuver is going to cost you 3 advancements, and so on. Kind of like with the pilot talents, but a little bit more detailed in that way. Relationships, I'm going to put down change relationship. Change relationship is going to be 2. It's going to be current intensity of relationship. Add relationship is going to be 1. An advancement. That's all it is. And I'm going to say that for like one. I want the pilots to feel very intense about one another. That's the entire idea, because that is actually how you're going to get some of your tokens in the air. It's being close to people, as you swing in, I'm going to get 3 technique points because I'm your rival and I hate you. And I want, I'm getting 3 aggression tokens, 3 technique tokens to allow me to pull off some insane maneuvers as well as gun down some enemies. That is a big method for you, the character, to actually get some tokens in the air a little bit more reliably. Which I was feeling was a little bit odd, but it should work. And you can only really go up to 5. So it's, the max relationship can go as 4. Like, you're not really going to be too intense. So if you have that, but you can also do it with NPCs. That's one of the big things. You can get NPCs to have them do things for you. I should say add panache, which is going to, I think it's going to call it a straight 5 advancement. Actually, I'm trying to think, because that would be $50 to get pretty much plus 1 health. I'm gonna say next rank of panache, next value of panache. I'm gonna say that because I don't want characters to just spam out $50 or 5 missions or anything and say that I get an extra health at that. I want Panache to feel a little bit important. It's a big deal when you get it or when you lose it. That's kind of the issue. So, taking that hit should feel impactful. Losing something should feel impactful. Let's see. Is there anything really, really big and exciting? No, there isn't. That's pretty much all we're going to be able to spend it on. I am going to put in one little note. Put in one note, and it's going to be, we'll say 10. We're going to say $5 $5 for one advancement. This is clearly not for the mercenary mode, but this is also a method for people who may have like 2-3 advancements saved up. They can just burn it to get some money. That's the fuck, we're out of money, fuck. And actually, I'm probably going to put an optional rule in there. I'm going to put that down. The optional rule is what we'll call the advancement debt, which is kind of the idea that if you do go under and you really need to pay for something, you can, nothing can stop you, pretty much sell your future advancements, sell future level ups effectively on getting what you need. Hey, I need to buy missiles for this because we're going to die if we don't. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pretty much sell 2 of my advancements right off the bat to make up the difference. I need to get these. If we don't have them, we're going to lose. Which I feel is usually not the best one, but people are wondering why I want to drink some shitty beer. Shitty beer is cheap, Dusty. This should be known. People keep posting Stranger in Paradise at me. I'm like, no, I don't want to know about Stranger in Paradise. I want to play Stranger in Paradise. In between wanting to play Gundam, but I can't play Gundam because Bandai Namco won't let me play fucking Battle Operations 2. God fucking damn it, guys. I'm not asking for a lot here. Just let me play Battle Operations 2 in your stupid network test. But you canceled the network test because you hate me. You hate me! But, okay, so this should be... Yeah, no, that was emotionally soul-crushing yesterday. Be like, oh, well, thank you all. We're so happy that you wanna enjoy... You want to enjoy this game. Yes, I want to enjoy gamer hours. Let me enjoy fucking Gundam battle Operations 2. It's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna have fun. Fucking servers die and I can't play it. It's like, sorry, the server, we didn't anticipate the server load. I'm like, God, I don't want a network test. Damn it. Why are you network testing? I don't want to network test for you. So I know we do. It'd be a lot easier if you in bars. Let's do the bar. Stars and bars. We want to do the advancement method to be about this size. That should be good. The cost is going to be about there. I'm going to put like, actually, how big are you? You're 5. You're 5.185. We'll round you down to 5.184. We go to here, divide by 2. 2.59. 2.59. We go here and type in 2.59. Not 89. 59. There we 1.26 to 1.4. No, you 1.59, 1.59. Moment of truth. Let's see if this adds up. And oh, when it works, it works. So we want to do description real fast. And we're going to now down. Someone's pinging me. Hello, person pinging me. Fucking pros being a stupid British man. The British are coming, I say, and they're coming in my beer, unfortunately. They're coming for him because they don't like it for some reason. So he's wrong. Pilot talent. Pilot talent is equal to next advance. Next rank in advancements. Actually, cost. They cost in advancements. Cost in advancement. Description: increase the pilot's talent by +1. And what we're going to do there, we're going to insert a quick footnote because always remember your footnotes. And what we're going to do is, if I have brain 2, and wish for brain 3, then it will cost 3 advancement. There we go. Nice and simple. Second one, pilot skill. Pilot skill 1. Pilot gains a skill. New skill of their choice. Pretty simple. Nothing too dramatic there. Signature maneuver. Signature maneuver. Current signature maneuvers. +1. Do I need to do that? Yeah. So what we're going to do is all pilots start 1 signature maneuver. They will gain signature maneuver, so the next one will cost 2. The third will cost 3. There we go, nice and easy. Gain a new signature maneuver. And signature maneuvers, don't forget, it pretty much reduces the handling or technique cost of it by 2. Which is pretty good on some of these, which allow them to effectively be free. Yes, coming Ironside. Unfortunately. I should get some beer, but I also got sushi today, so part of me doesn't want to change relationship, which is going to be current relationship intensity. Change the nature of a relationship. Rivalry. Positive, negative, or it would be positive, negative, or professional. Change the nature of the relationship. That is literally just shifting it over. I feel that was important. And we're going to add intensity of relationship. Which is going to cost 1. Increase the intensity of a relationship by 1. This relation actually should say is add new relationship, which we're going to say it's going to cost 3. Add a new relationship at rank 1. Actually, at intensity 1. 2. A little bit cheaper. Should be a little bit easier. And add panache. Panache is going to cost it's going to cost next rank. It's going to cost the next rank. Increase the pilot's panache value. Increase the pilot's panache value by 1. And then we'll say cash out, which is going to be 1. It's going to be 1 advancement points and gain gain 5 U dollars. That's pretty much it. Gain $5, or technically $50,000, which isn't that much, but it's something. That's going to help you buy a few missiles if you need them. That is the difference between I have no missiles and I have missiles. Actually, if I do 2.59, 2.59, I have a lot of space here. Let's say I take away 2, add it back here. Okay, that looks a little... Ooh, can I add... I want to add 0.1. If I add 0.1, this would be 2.9. But I want to add... Let's do 9. That means I have to reduce U by that. There we go. That should equal out relatively so. Relatively speaking. Actually, can I do 5 there? Our relationship. Ooh, can I increase you by... Do that? Come on, give me a little bit to work with here. 0.5. 3. If I put you up to 3, that means I have to put you down to 7. It should still equal out relative. Do that. Critical maneuver is going to cost you 5. And cost you 5 plus current critical maneuvers plus 5. So it's going to cost you a few. It's going to cost you quite a bit, actually. So gain a new critical maneuver. Which we say here, which actually we'll put a picture right there, and then we put heading 2 critical maneuvers. Actually, no, we put critical maneuvers on the next page. Actually, critical maneuvers, how much bigger? Untitled spreadsheet. Technically, we only have 5 of them. 5 of them should be fine. Maybe a little bit low, but I can make that work. I can make that work. Let me kick my goddamn. So we want to do, let's say, critical maneuvers. Critical. Put you right here. Critical maneuvers. Second, wait a moment. I know what I got. Right there, we go all the way down. Maneuver name, we'll do critical maneuver. And then we'll call these talent tokens. You just need to spend talent tokens for critical maneuver. Then the effects. So we need to explain what those are. Critical maneuvers. Critical maneuvers are special skills developed by the pilot to enter the zone, allowing to enter a state of clarity as they dance along among skies. Dance Among the Skies. These are very powerful, but incredibly risky maneuvers. Which allow the pilot to perform better in exchange for any kind of talent token. Because the gimmick usually is that all of these danger zone. Talent token that's going to cost you. We'll say talent token is going to cost 3. Convert all handling tokens. Into offense tokens. The Macross called it, yeah. Fire all current missiles at the target. All current missiles at the target. All A2A weapons at the target, regardless of if they are regardless if they are damaged or not. Berserker, convert all defense tokens into offense tokens. Iron Will, Limit Breaker. We'll say engine breaker, which we're going to say 3 tokens, and increase speed by 1. Increase speed by 1 increase speed by 1 for 1 handling. Now you're going to set the spend 2, which is pretty much saying you can freely increase your speed up to insane, go as fast as physically possible. All you need to do is burn your handling. So what we want to do is, what's a few other good ones. Top of my head, I have the Tiger. Next maneuver costs 0 technique. Actually, let's see. Next maneuver costs 0. But, yeah, next maneuver costs 0. But reduce handling by 1. Kind of the idea of, like, you're spending a little bit of talent tokens in exchange for, hey, you know, but spend 1 handling. Let's do Kamikaze. 3 talent tokens. Ignore all damage effects of the plane. Actually, use a damaged hard point. So we got use. Called the Miracle, which is going to cost 5, is increase decrease damage step by 1. Usable once a mission. By some miracle, you're not going to die. What would be a good one? Okay, actually, it's, dive into the sky. We'll say it's going to cost 2. May exchange altitude for handling token. Actually, no. What do I want to? Actually, may reduce altitude. May reduce altitude for handling. I don't want to word this. May reduce altitude instead of spending handling tokens, because handling tokens are pretty fucking valuable. I want to be some other. Hey buddy, hey buddy, still alive? Oh, actually, we will do all this one, and when near an ally with relationship intensity of 3 up. 3 plus, give them a number of tokens of the pilot's choice. Hey buddy, still alive? We're going to cost this 0, but we're going to preface this. Technically, what Hey buddy, still alive is all about is literally, if you have a really intense relationship with someone, you can give them tokens. I'm going to say that team's going to be 4. Because that 4 is max. I give them a number of talent tokens. What's some other good ones? Yeah, well, there we go. Instant maneuver. Which we're going to say 3 is the pilot, even when it is not their pass, may perform a maneuver. So when it is not their pass, may perform maneuver. Usually it's going to be way more expensive, and you still need to burn it to perform the maneuver. That's why I'm going to call it at 4. You still need to burn it to perform the maneuver, but it's, oh no, there's a missile coming at me. I'm going to perform instant maneuver, spend 4 of my talent tokens in exchange for I flipped around and now the missile's going to completely fucking miss me. But I've also spent 3 fucking handling tokens, and I've also spent 4 talent tokens. That's kind of like your get out of jail free card of like, fuck. Let's see, what's another good one? Actually, I know. Oh, we'll call it Helldiver. It's going to cost you 2 talent tokens. When plane is annihilated, it is instead reduced to critical damage. There we go. So even if you would normally get killed, you can spend 2 tokens and not die. So I should say that once mission. Let's see. We want to do ego stroking. These aren't really maneuvers. They're more like this things you can do. Ego stroking, I'm going to call that 2. When a pilot downs another plane, they may restore 1 panache. Yep. You spend 1, get 1. Because you stroking your ego. I think that's funny. In exchange for a kind of talent. Let's see, pilot. I am going to put this right. I think I'm going to put the optional rule right here. We're going to call it the optional rule advancement debt. A pilot may choose to instead pay forward in advancement to gain $5 immediately. $5 immediately. This is often used in exchange in desperate circumstances. Circumstances as the pilot leverages their fame in exchange for a little bit of money to buy replacement parts or simply a new set of missiles. Let's see. Next advancement is, however, nullified. Let's see. Next advance is, however, nullified due to this. So if you were to say, "Oh, cool, I can get an advancement," you're not going to. It's kind of like an optional thing. Again, for desperate situations. That's how I want to kind of make it feel. This is for like a, we don't have a plane anymore, or hey, I need a fucking, like, wait, I need a missile. Exactly. Ow. Okay, so let's see. Advancement debt, critical maneuvers. Let's check that actually looks correct. That's another very important thing. Critical maneuvers, okay. Choo-choo. Cool, now I get to do the GM section. So what we're going to call this, which is going to be the mission control and mercenary contracting. Playing as mission control. Let's play as mission control. It is your job to tell exciting stories for mercenary pilots. Mercenary pilots in a world gone mad. In more simple terms, it's about deciding a lot of little factors. And I'm probably going to write a lot of these not on stream, because I know what I want to say and it's literally just going to be nothing. So what I'm going to really do is just put in, like, it's just GM advice. Nobody wants to read GM advice. It's dull. What I want to do is I want to get the mercenary, like, actual, like, job system handled out. So we'll say mercenary contract pricing. Mercenary contracts, missions, and campaigns. A mercenary contract, a free soldier contract. Contract is a legally binding agreement. Agreement is a legally binding agreement between the Free Soldier Company. Let's say legally binding agreement between the Free Soldier Company and the. How would we want to say this? What do you call? What do you call someone who buys mercenary, who rents mercenary? Would you call them renting mercenaries? The renter, the contractor. That's what I'll probably put it down. Free Soldier Company and the contractor. Wait, that doesn't sound right. That's So we want to do the person who contracts others. The contractee. Does the work of the contractee. He is the contractor and you are the contractee. Okay. Yeah. So between the free soldier and the contractor. Once signed, the free soldier company is bound to perform to their best abilities in service to the contractor, in which they will be paid as appropriate. If the free soldier company is unable to perform, then they will be let go. And any held payment and any payment withheld. If the contractor fails to pay, then the free soldier company is free and able to cite the fucking contract with the mercenary code. Able to cite mercenary codes subsection 3. Actually, part 3 subsection 4. Subsection 4. Free and able to cite mercenary code part 3 subsection 4, which casually states that all of the contractor's goods and services will be taken as payment. Forcefully. Pretty much, if someone doesn't bother to pay you and you get cheated out of something, you have literally free reign to violate the code in their name. To be like, yeah, we weren't paid, so we're allowed to bomb the shit out of you or just steal shit. So yeah, like, we're just taking the money and leaving. However, as any astute observer could probably understand, doing that and kind of being able to follow through with that is really kind of dependent on I'm going to call it the power of the individual. If you're a podunk fucking company with like 5 guys, you aren't really going to be doing that, and you're probably going to get fucked over more than not. But if you're a big ass company and like, oh well, we don't want to pay you, it's like, okay, so we're going to just, join the enemy and bomb you into the fucking ground and take everything. You're like, yeah, they'll pay us. You're like, yeah, sorry, not our fucking problem. Like, you can pretty much get a free violation of any of the code aspects with it. So, we scroll all the way down here. A contract is broken down into two distinct entities, missions, campaigns. A mission is a one-off. Allowing the pilots to take off, perform the job, and cash out. And cash out quickly. Often these are smaller jobs that are quick and dirty, without really needing to compromise. Campaigns are a larger series of missions the missions strung together, where with the Free Soldier Company being contracted by a single side in the conflict. The pilots will engage in a series of missions with the intent of success, with the intent of assisting the contractor. However, they are not responsible for the success of the operation, of the campaign. Only what they are told. Only what they're told to do. This is effectively saying that once you sign up for a campaign, you aren't like sworn to like have them win. You're sworn to do a fucking job. If they want you to bomb people, you're gonna bomb people. If you want to raise concerns of moral ethics with them, it's kind of like, well, you can do that. Like, you can, however, it's like, do your job. Like, as long as you're doing your job, no one gives a shit. But it's also kind of the idea of like, if they're making like clear mistakes, you don't really need to give a shit. It's not your problem. Like, if they're going to lose the war, it's entirely valid for you to leave. Being like, okay, what are you gonna do? Well, we're gonna come after you. Being like, with what? You're losing. I don't want to die. Fuck you. But it looks really good if you do stick it out for a conflict. Even better if you win it. So pilots engage a serious mission intent on arresting the assistant contractor. However, they're not responsible for sex of the campaign. Only that's what they're told to do. A campaign. Payment is based on individual missions, with campaigns often having a upfront payment, as well as a series of smaller payments for successful missions. Pretty much, the better you do, the more you're going to get paid. That's pretty much it. You can also, if you're a very smart GM, pretty much have a budget for them. If the guys you're fighting for don't have any money, but they keep promising you money, maybe it's time to bug out. And maybe it's time to steal a bunch of shit while on the way out. It's like, well, we can keep here. However, we can also just fill up, fly to the enemy side, land, and say, like, yeah, no, they didn't pay us. Be like, oh, alright. Cool. Welcome aboard. Let's do smaller payments for successful missions. There we go. So yeah, so a campaign, we want to just do a campaign is a series of missions, while a mission is a one-off. So a campaign, for example, may be, bomb target, patrol, interception, bomb target. That might be what a campaign might look like. These can be pretty long, these can be pretty short. You're contracted for a certain amount of time for a certain company or a certain group with the intent of performing. If you don't perform, you're not going to get paid. Actually, responsible for what they're to do. Current payment as well as smaller. If the campaign is successful, the pilots will receive a large payout to celebrate, to reward them for their success. Yeah. So payment is derived from the quote. From the perceived difficulty of the mission. Payment is derived from the perceived difficulty of the mission, allowing the allowing mission control to augment to quickly determine how much they are willing to pay for average work. The mercenary code does highlight a series of acceptable payments. Payment amounts, but loyal mercenaries are well-paid mercenaries. So basically, what we're going to do is the perceived difficulty. Perceived difficulty is ranges. Perceived difficulty ranges from 1 to 10, with 1 being a simple milk run, while 10 is insanity and most likely suicide. If I can actually fucking spell, most likely suicide. There we go. Let's see, code payment. Most likely suicide. What I want to do is code payments. Missions, on the other hand, are perceived difficulty. We'll say the PD times 5. I don't know. PD times, I'm trying to think of what the best way would be to word this. Because pretty much what I want to do is I want every pilot to get paid about 10. I guess like times so actually no, we want to do PD times 10. We put that in parentheses. Then we do times number of pilots. So let's say, for example, we have 3 pilots. And let's say a PD3 mission. This would be 30 times 3 equals 90, pretty much $900,000. Every pilot's getting paid about 30. Every pilot gets paid about 30, which seems a little bit much. You can do that 5. If we do that 5, that would be 15 times 3. That would come out to $450,000. One for $15 for each one. So super simple runs, but you probably, if we do 5, it'd be 25 times 3, so that'd be 750,000. So yeah, that looks about right. However, campaign missions are going to be PD times 2, PD times 3, times number of pilots. So let's say again 3 PD3. We'll say PD3. So that would be 9 times 3 equals 27, which would be $270,000. Roughly the same mission. However, you're mid-campaign. You're expected to kind of get paid a little bit more over time. Campaign mission. So we do campaign payout, which is going to be number of missions times 5. Number of missions times 10, so you get paid quite a bit of money if you... Actually, no, we'll do 5. Again, these are like basic payments. That's kind of the idea. So if you do 5 times 5, you're going to end up with $250,000 by virtue of just completing the campaign. plus all the mission payments. So you're going to come out on top. You're going to come out a little bit ahead. Maybe not the best, but... Actually, number of missions. We'll do number of missions times 5 times number of pilots. So that's kind of like, when you complete the campaign by itself, actually we'll do... But you always want to incentivize people. That's the big thing. Always want to incentivize. So... Actually, if I really want to be specific, I could probably reduce this to like this. Like, these are the bare minimum that you're kind of expected to be paid. But the big thing is perceived difficulty is not how hard it's going to be. That's the big thing. It's not how hard it's going to be, simply the perspective of how hard it's supposed to be. So it's kind of like that, like, well... Like, are we really going to, like... Is this really this simple? And if so, why are we being paid so much? What aren't you telling us? So we want to do a mission, we want to do code. Actually, we want to do job category. And then we do code payout detail, code payout minimums. We'll do mission. Example with 3 pilots, 5 PD. So that will be 20, so 60 $60 being paid out. With the payment being 5 times 4 times 3. Yeah, we just want to get the payment out there. We'll just do a standard mission. Standard mission, and then we will campaign mission. That, and then it would be PD5, so that would be 5 times 2 times 3 equal $15. You're getting paid a lot less for it. However, again, you have the campaign payout. Campaign payout. If you bug out, you don't get your payout. Missions times 2, number of pilots. Example with 3 pilots. So 5 PD, 5 PD slash, we'll do 5 PD slash mission. Just to make things consistent. So we want to do, it's going to be 5 times 2 times 3 equal 10, so another 15 Another $15 So pretty much, you're going to get all of this in addition to whatever this is. Now, as a reminder, these are bare minimums dictated by the mercenary code. Think. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Ow. Ow. Leg, please. I need you. Legs. Legs, please. This reminds me, Bearman dictated by the Mercenary Code. Smart forces or clandestine. Usually, intelligent commanders or blank check or clandestine organization, clandestine agencies. Clandestine agencies will most likely pay far higher than the average to ensure loyalty. Certain organizations may even pay up front with the promise secondary set of payments, actually with the promise of the rest of the payment should the pilots be successful. There we go. Need to dictate, like, yeah, as long as you are literally not being a garbage eating dumbass, you're gonna be fine. So let's do 15 times 3. Actually, wait a second. 5 times 2. What am I doing? Where did I get 13, 15, $30? So that 5 times 3, 15 times 3 would be $45. There we go. Yeah, I'm like, why is it 15? Like, something didn't look right there. So yeah, there we go. Perceived difficulty also doesn't factor in bad information. Simply what the told is the rough of it. The rough of it. Ambushes or poorly planned forays. Poorly planned forays may result in the pilots being forced to RTB. Forced RTB. This is technically a code violation on the contractor's part. Which is usually smoothed over by paying out a small portion of the mission payout. Small portion of the mission. A small portion of the mission. So pretty much, it's kind of that idea of if you kind of get lied to, or maybe they just don't know the information, and you get sent into something that's way more difficult than it really should be, then you are completely okay with leaving. There's nothing wrong with leaving. And if that is the case, you're still going to get paid. As long as you complete your objectives, or at least complete some of your objectives, you're going to get paid something. Which is, some of like the little details I want to go over in the kind of in the GM section proper. I just want to kind of get this bit out, and actually, you know what? While I'm here, I will do what I'm going to call this section. I don't want to do AI pilots. No, we want. Yeah. Bandits in the sky. Bandits, targets, enemies, pilots. Pilots. All are the same in the enemies, or bandits, targets, or enemies. Enemies are those daring are pilots. Are pilots opposing the pilots. You may be amazed to understand. Are pilots opposing the pilots in the air, serving as the main antagonists. Let's see, antagonists of the pilots as well. Rather than statting out dozens of individual pilots with individual pilots, they are instead divided into two categories: aces, and let's see, aces and I could call them bandits, but like literally just call them aces and bandits. Rails in the sky, bandits. Enemies are enemy pilots. Actually, in the air, there are pilots opposing the mercenary company. Mercenary company there, starting with main antagonists, aces, and bandits. Aces are built similarly to the pilots proper, with individual pools of pilot talents, signature moves, customized planes, and a wide variety nasty tricks up their sleeves to make their life hell. Bandits are instead given a set of, what do I want to call these? Grape tokens? That would be one calling them. We will call them actually given a set of op 4 tokens depending on their skill level. These op 4 tokens are can be used for any check whenever they want. Actually, customized planes, panache, and wide variety of skill. These op 4 tokens can be used for any check when required. Let's see. These op 4 tokens can be used for any check when required. Without any specific ones either. However, bandits do not have panache. That's one big thing to note. They don't have panache. Bandits do not have panache. And instead of having signature maneuvers, they simply have a set of maneuvers they can perform at full cost, but not others. They may not be able to perform certain maneuvers, or simply that it's kind of just to make them easy to understand. That's literally all this. This is literally a section to make things sure, like, you can understand. Like, yeah, if you want to build, the thing is, like, actually, specifying dozens of individuals. This is pretty much just a way to make enemies really quickly, so you can have multiple enemies at once while still making it feel like, oh yeah, no, I'm making an impact. I'm doing my part. That's kind of the plan. And what we want to do is I will call it skill level. and we'll call these op 4 tokens, and number of signature, number of maneuvers known. And starting, what is going to be great? They're going to have 6 op 4 tokens. They're going to know one maneuver. We're going to call you. Grapes are literally supposed to die immediately. That's the entire idea. Greens are going to have 8 tokens. They're going to know 2 maneuvers. We're going to have competent. We're going to call we're going to call these standards. They're going to have 9. They're going to know 3 maneuvers, however. Then we're going to have veterans. We're going to have 11 tokens, which is quite a few tokens, by the way. Kind of the idea is like you need to have like quite a few tokens to take some of these guys down, and then we're see what's a good term for these? What's above elite? They know 6 maneuvers. Technically, what I could do is we can reduce you down to like 5, reduce everything down by like. Keep these should work. So yeah, like most of the time it's going to be like standards and greens early on, but then later on in the mission you're going to have like a few veterans, you're going to have a few this. Like that's kind of the idea. Like having like 2 elites show up is actually kind of dangerous, but they don't also have health really. That's the entire idea. They don't have kind of that protection health that other people would. You do. But because you do, you're also able to kind of dodge a little. You have pretty much Benny superpowers. They do not have those powers. And that's what kind of makes them a little bit more. That's what makes you, the pilot, a little bit more unique. Standard. Actually, these rules also apply for any NPC, for any non-pilot character, for any non-player characters. You see, non-player characters on the pilot side. With them being regulated to supporting the much more accomplished pilots. Let's see. Don't underestimate them, however. Don't underestimate bandits. Don't underestimate bandits, however. They can still shove a missile. They can still shove a missile straight where it's. Their planes can still be customized and loaded with materials, able to penetrate and detonate a cocky pilot. It's kind of like the idea of like, yeah, these guys go down pretty quick, because at the end of the day, you need to hit like most of these guys like twice to really bring them down. You hit someone for 2 damage, they're going to start trying to leave, because they've taken, at that point, serious damage. And they, like, we're leaving now. We want to leave. And you don't really want to chase some of these guys down, because that's not really useful. Like, destroying these guys doesn't really, like, benefit you in most ways. However, it's also one of those things like, yeah, you're going to now have to dodge 4 missiles coming at you from different directions, all of which are homing in on you, and you have 4 locks and you can't bushwhacker all of them. So that's where things get a little bit more complicated. They have numbers, while you may have kind of those little bit more, more ability to do things. They instead have more stuff to do. It's just an economy thing. Let's see, what am I looking for? So we do the enemies, we do that. I'm just gonna kind of write out some things that I kind of want to, this is things that I need to do because I don't have like the full information yet. Like I know how I want to do it. We'll do AM placements, ground forces. Ground forces are gonna be really easy. I hate to break it to you all. Ground forces are gonna be very easy. Not actually that fascinating to listen to. Let's see. What do we need? Aim for ground forces. I guess we can do like a random mission generator. Actually, we already have a random mission. Why do we need a random mission? Don't need it. That's really it. That's really all it kind of boils down to, just adding in some of those things. Then I guess I'm gonna add some like GM stuff, which is like managing tokens, probably doing like war game conversion, just to say I did, and I'm also going to put in the space combat, and you, because inevitably one of you fuckers is gonna want to run a Star Wars TIE Fighter X-wing game in this, and I can't stop you, but I may as well address it now. But yeah, that summarizes most everything. Outside, I need to add some artwork, but let's hit the button. All right. So, Sidewinder. Kind of an impromptu detox right now. I'm also going to adjust myself, so I might sound a little bit different, so bear with me. So, Project Sidewinder. Oh, Jesus Christmas Christ Almighty on a fucking ham. This was what we like to call a fucking nightmare project. This is just a nightmare on wheels kind of project. And it was nightmarish for all the right reasons, but all the wrong ones as well. I hate to break it to everybody. The main issue with Project Sidewinder can really be summarized as Notepad tries to do something very unique, and that was a mistake. And there's a reason I think we don't see more of these jet games out there. I think it really does boil down to the fact that jets are weird. Jets are really weird, guys. I don't think it's quite hard. It's kind of hard to enunciate, but like jet fighters are things that don't really lend themselves well to role playing, simply because they go so quickly. There are so many little factors, and generally speaking, there isn't much to do in the air. You know, jet fighting, I wouldn't say jet fighting is kind of like a solved art, but it's more along the lines that jet fighting is a game of cat and mouse. It's a game that is very simple and really relies on personal pilots and, you know, maneuvering and all that. But like actually honest to God, being in the air, there isn't much to do. It's a whole lot of like, well, I'm behind you, I have a lock on you, missile, I win. Like it's kind of like the issue you see with a lot of vehicle games in general, where it's like, how much input does the actual character have versus the vehicle in question? And it's like kind of hard to tell. Being like, yeah, you are in a vehicle with like really good missiles, and you're just really overly qualified for this, and there's nothing you can do. And we've even seen recently with recent events, as you may have heard of recent events, that these jets are getting knocked out of the air pretty fucking easily by stingers and shit, because they're not really complex machines. They're really just giant fast things that go really quickly and then shoot missile at things they don't like and then explode violently. Very violently. And because of that, I think I went into this like thinking like, okay, this should be simple. I know all these things already. I know Ace Combat, I know Project Wingman, I know all these things. So kind of putting all that knowledge together should be real easy. It was not. It was far, far from easy, simply because there's just so many little terms and little ideas and little concepts to build off on. And it didn't help that I decided to make this a game about fucking tokens and make it a diceless nightmare experience because I hate myself, I guess. I just completely loathe myself and everything I stand for. But it's done. It's done. There's just little stuff I need to do now. Just a lot of little itty bitty details, which I'm probably going to be kind of moving together with Metal Saviors, which I've been working kind of at the same time. Which, by the way, calling multiple things pilots, very complicated. Fuck me, why did I do that? So, yeah, that's Sidewinder, really. I'm gonna tell you this: the detox video is going to be like, here's me explaining everything, and here's why it's weird, and here's why I liked it. Because here's the weird thing. I might say like, Project Sidewinder was really weird, it was kind of complicated, but I liked it because I was forced to think outside the box a little bit. Yeah, I decided to do this entire thing with tokens, and I'm like, I'll do free and open movement. I'll add in all these different things and ideas and concepts all together, rather than simply rely on a singular guide roll. Because I'm like, that doesn't really fit. And for some reason, Diceless called to me with this one. And I think it works. I think it's a little bit weird. That's why I'm like even putting down like, yeah, here's some war game rules. Just to slap on top of everything else. Because why not? Why not add war game rules to this? Because I can, and why not? Who's gonna stop me? No one, that's who. Yeah, that is Project Sidewinder. Now, for next time on Dragon Ball Z, what do we have planned? What do we have planned really right now? So if we go to things Notepad add-on wants to do, the next major project is actually Poryedenia Kobieta. Poryedenia Kobiet. Oh, what did I end up calling it? Let me see. There was a very specific set of terms I used, which was entirely in Polish because I hate myself. Because yes, Pojedenia Kobieta is technically Polish. Oh yeah, Pojedenia Kobiet Kruna Sukeshi, which is pretty much the women's duel, blood on the dress. Which really, it's going to be a game about cleaning. That is what it's going to be, a Redux project about sitting down and cleaning. Cleaning. And what does cleaning actually like kind of mean in this context? It's literally, I'm going to be going in there, fixing up some wording, changing some aspects of it, a lot of little tweaks to kind of give it that fencing feel that I was originally going for. I did a little bit of pre-reading for it, just to, like, catch myself up on it, and woo boy, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit funky, a little bit funky dunky. Not 100%. 100% on this one. Don't know that one yet. It's a little bit funky dunky, but that's half the fun, isn't it? So, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad, and I hope you had a wonderful time. I will see you all tomorrow for the Curious Case of franchise games officially licensed, which, while I have some time, oh boy, things have been a little bit wonky in that department. Apparently the Dark Souls TTRPG is a fucking disaster area, like, really bad tier. Like, just not, like, this is just a mess, and there's a bunch of things that just don't work the way they want to work. But it's also a weird 5e game that I have not a single fucking clue why anyone was like, guys, this is gonna be the best game ever. When they said it was gonna be a 5e game, I knew this was gonna be a shit. This is gonna be a shithead. Like, this is gonna be a shithole. It's gonna be great. And apparently, like, the Marvel heroic role playing. Apparently, this also has some issues. Not this one. It's the D616 system. Where is it? D616. Yeah, the D616 system. Nobody really knew anything with it. Apparently, there's been some leaks. Yeah, there's been some new links with this one. Fuck off. This is the weird one that people have been talking about, and I want to go over it a little. I just want to look at this one a little bit, because this is Spider-Man. He's rank 10, all that, and here's his modifiers. Now, from what I've been able to kind of gather more than anything, is that it's like a 3d6 system. And because it's like this 3d6 system, you have all the little modifiers and defenses. That's why it's like, oh, his defense is 23. Because you're going to be rolling 3d6 plus like all these massive modifiers. Which apparently, this isn't even correct. Like, here's all the, the spider powers, 6 ability scores, and, comic booky as it can get. They strung together, and like, here's all the various jump abilities. Like, apparently Mighty is really good. Like, that's like the only way you can like really do, because yeah, coolest bit of the game, new dice mechanic. You roll 3 standard 3d6, one of which is the Marvel die. You get a 1 on the Marvel die, you get a fantastic result, and something amazing happens. If you get 6 on both other die, or a 6-1-6 result, that's an ultimate fantastic roll, which is even better. Yeah, apparently in a few days, we're going to get like the official playtest. I'm going to find the official playtest, and I'm going to look over it, because I want to. I am curious about this. I am horrified by this. I want to know, because it's like a weird like 3d6 system, and I don't like, apparently there's just some messes. Mostly when it comes down to, from what I've been able to gather anyway, this has just been like one guy being like, there's leaks are out. When you see this is the rank. Now, from what I've been able to gather, is that rank equals kind of like importance in a way, but it's also kind of like your level. So someone like rank 5 would be like a neighborhood hero, while someone like rank 10 would be a city hero. But then you also have like rank 15, which is like a national hero, and things like that. And people have commented that it's a little bit funky that like Spider-Man is technically weaker than, someone like Captain America, where kind of in like 1-to-1 they should be about-ish equal, not like strictly equal. It kind of depends on the writer, because Marvel sucks. But it's very much there, and I'm curious, and I want to know more. And the other odd thing is, when it says polymath here, the polymath math means that's like your class and skills. Like your initial set of skills and stuff, and being a polymath means you're just kind of good at everything, but you're not like super hyper focused on a single thing. Like, I believe like Tony Stark is supposed to be like, he's like a techie, so he gets a bunch of tech skills and shit like that. Yeah, it's a little bit weird on this one. Don't know about it yet. I need to get a hold of, again, the playtest copy. The playtest is going to come out soon, TM. You get fucking Squirrel going, oh boy, well, like Squirrel Girl. I hate Squirrel Girl. I think she's stupid. I've always thought she was stupid. Yeah, Bella Soul's kind of sucking its dick, but Yeah, everyone's like a little bit... Yeah, everyone's a little bit hesitant with this one, just because there's a bunch of like little things that people are like, this doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem good. It does not help also that you have what was these? Yeah, it doesn't also help you have this. This is Marvel Superheroes, which one day I need to go over, but this is apparently a very solid game. This was published by TSR back in the day. And apparently it's like one of the best superhero games just ever. Just really damn good. You know, you don't really get to make your character necessarily. What you get to do is you pick a character and that's who you play as. But there's a lot of stuff you can do to kind of improvise and do things. It's about resources, and I believe it's also diceless. The column shift and colored results, like... Yeah, it's... The weird thing is that it is incredibly popular. And people were publishing shit for this pretty far. And people still are trying to, like, really kind of push this. You know, push this particular game. And there are people who still swear by the Marvel, you know, RPG. You know, the original TSR Marvel RPG. People still fucking swear by this. And you will get, and people will fight you on it. So I'm curious. I might literally do a Marvel case when it comes up. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air in that regard, but I'm going to call it there for today. Thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I am going to probably investigate... what do I need to do today? Oh yeah, I need to do that game. Uh-oh. I need to do that game. Alright. Godspeed. Good luck. You know where to find me.